Hello, Central New York, and hello, hockey fans all across the internet, and welcome to the all-new Central New York Hockey Report Show. I'm your host, Scott Kinville, and you may remember us.
No,
the show that we used to do.
Nobody's going to remember us.
Probably not, unless it's in infamy is what they remember us for, of course. But no, we used to do 315 Hockey Live.
Yeah.
And we're not doing that anymore. This is the new show. The 315hockey.com has been shut down.
Oh,
the site shut down. Yeah, the socials are still going, but the site is no longer. And Dave, I just love to write. I can't help it. And I know you do too.
Oh no, I hate it. I like pictures, video stuff.
Well, you're darn good at it too.
Yeah, and I don't like the writing stuff. I have to work at it. You love it.
You're right. I do. So with that in mind, what the heck? We started up CNYHockeyReport.com. Yep. And so far, we're having a blast with it. I got to tell you, it's a really good time. And this episode is more or less our introductory to the world for Central New York Hockey Report.
All
right. So, and I know if you're listening on a podcast form, it's going to be kind of hard to figure out what I'm talking about, but I got my laptop pulled up here.
Uh-oh.
And I got the site pulled right up.
Oh, geez.
I don't know here if you can.
Yeah, you're getting all the lights and lift it up, lean it forward. There you go.
Well, I'm trying to stay near the mic. As you can see,
but can't hear.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. Wow, what a surprise! We're 15 seconds in and we're screwing something up already. It's great.
Well, you didn't even introduce me either, so
I'm going to in just a second. Would you like me to introduce you now? Yeah. Because you're right. It's just not the same without anybody knowing.
It's not the same. I mean,
but anybody who's listened to the show before will know, or the 315 Hockey Live will know that, of course, my sidekick is with me as always. Dave the Save Warner. Go ahead, put your sounds in. Bang. There you go.
I had to search for it. It's been a long time since I touched that. I was like, okay, where do I push this button?
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. I am so glad you remembered which button now because I got to tell you, I'm really afraid to know what would have happened if you hit the wrong button.
Yeah, I was looking real closely.
Yeah. So, Jordan, who's our co-host on 315 Hockey Live, Jordan Brockway, he'll be joining us as soon as he figures out his technical difficulties.
He's looking for an electrical outlet, I think.
You know what? The battery must have died.
Yeah, or the extension cord's too short.
Yeah.
Either one works.
But, I tell you, in looking at this site, if you want to go to it, Dave's going to put it across the ticker here, CNYHockeyReport.com. And this site, I'm telling you, folks, is going to be the site that you're going to want to go to for your Central New York hockey news. We're covering the AHL. That means the Comets and the Crunch. We're covering the college scene just like we did before. You're talking about the Utica Pioneers, the Colgate Raiders, Hamilton College Continentals, the Morrisville Mustangs, the Syracuse Orange women's team. Hopefully later on down the road, maybe we'll add some more teams in. Maybe we'll start looking at the North Country. But right now, we got our hands full doing all that. It's what we got. We're also going to be covering the Utica Junior Comets, the high school scene. High school hockey, we're going to be featuring on our ticker as well. And you're going to want to check that ticker out because I tell you, it's really cool. Dave, there's been one thing that I've been looking for through all this time as a hockey fan in Central New York.
And
where can I go to get scores? You can go to any site to get NHL scores and
you can.
And AHL, you can go to the AHL.com or the AHL app, but which of course we're going to have Crunch and Comet scores on that ticker. But you know what? When you start talking about college, especially in a specialized area like this, where do you go?
What?
Where do you go?
Oh, where do you go? I thought somebody was there and then
don't get nervous.
No, I was looking for something for you because I knew where you were going with it. I was trying to be prepared.
Yes. Well, hey, there you go. The hallmark of greatness. Dave the Save is preparing. Yes, of course.
Because I didn't have my plug here to plug
right
the screen, so I was trying to get preprepared for you.
Yeah, these things happen.
Then you'd be trying to pass your phone over to me and everything. It wouldn't work, and I could just do this.
Well, see, you're all set then. Look at that.
I'm ready.
Okay, well, go ahead and put that up there because I just want to explain this real quick. So, as you can see, Dave the Save's got it vertically. So, unfortunately, there's just a glitch with the system on this with the mobile. You have to turn it sideways, which Dave is going to demonstrate, and then you just kind of pull down.
Pull down.
There you go. So refreshes. There you go.
Sorry, I gave everybody the middle finger on that.
Well, no, you're not. But and what it does is it defaults to the college scoreboard. So what you can do is on the left of the screen there's a drop down. and you can go to the AHL, which Dave's going to do right there.
That's it.
You just got to pull the, you got to
Oh,
refresh
gotta pull it down again.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Thanks. There's your AHL scores. Well, I think you got the college back up, but anyways, you can get the AHL. You got the USPHL, which is going to cover the Utica Comets, NCDC, and Premier teams. And once all the high school schedules are out, there's a few out right now, but not all of them. I'm going to put the high school schedules on there as well.
I think what happened was you don't have any scores or anything in there. That's why it didn't show.
Well, because there hasn't been any games yet.
Okay,
which is what we're going to talk
about. That's
why
when I pulled down, it just went back to college.
Yeah.
Okay,
but but I tell you, it's this has just been a great thing so far. And Dave, we are, of course, already all over social media. Already. Facebook, X, formerly known as Twitter, Instagram, Blue Sky.
I hate that everybody says X, formerly Twitter. You know what? It's X. It's been X for like 3 months.
I know.
It's X. Just say X.
Well, you want to know why? Because it gets weird because if you type in twitter.com.
Well, still, yeah, he owns the domain.
Yeah, which, you know what, honestly, I got to tell you, and I'm not going to get too far off onto this tangent because there's other things I want to get to. I don't understand what the big deal is either.
Yeah.
It's X, it's Twitter, whatever. Roll with it.
Right? And some people say, I'll never call it X. Oh, whatever.
Yeah.
Eventually, that'll be totally erased, and yes, you will, or you won't be on there.
Yeah, I know. Oh, boy, it's just, yeah, I know. Same great content, though.
Yep.
And, yeah. But anyways, yeah, so there you go. We're all over the socials. And as Dave was alluding to, there's really no scores on the ticker. There's actually one because the Colgate Raiders,
one game.
Colgate Raiders women hockey team,
yep.
They played St. Lawrence last Saturday in an exhibition game, which they won.
Nice.
4-1. They went up to Appleton Arena up there in Canton. They looked pretty good in doing it.
The exhibitions count much in this kind of preseason.
Obviously, they don't count in the standings.
I know they don't count there, but I mean, does it?
You mean for coaches?
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you, we're supposed to have Coach Fargo on next week, and that's going to be a great question for him. I can't speak for him.
I led into that.
Geez.
Yeah,
this is why I have you around. Besides the computer expertise and the producing expertise, I bet you make a great fisherman, don't you? Because you just throw that lure out in the water.
Absolutely.
And I just run with it every single time.
I don't.
But no, to your question, I mean, just from my personal perspective, there's definitely a place for preseason games. You want to see what you got.
Okay.
You want to see just if your team's, got anything they need to work on before the regular season starts. Right. You want to, and especially you're talking about line combinations, who skates well with who. You can only see so much in practice.
Yeah.
Nothing replicates gameplay. So,
okay.
There's a lot to it.
I just meant from team members' energy level. Are they up for an exhibition game or are they?
Probably the first one. And again, I can't speak for that because I never played college hockey.
Well, we don't have high school
hockey.
They don't have these issues in beer hockey. So, I mean, beer league. So,
you're right.
Which line you work with best?
No, it's just it's basically which
one
shows up.
Who shows up?
Who shows up?
Can you get on the ice?
Yeah.
Without busting your ass?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you sober enough to skate? Okay, good.
Get out there. You're on that line. Whoever's out there right now, that's the line.
Even if you're not, make it look good.
Yeah.
But no, that's there's a lot that can be worked out in the preseason exhibition games, and I'm sure the coaching staffs like them. I mean, that's what they're there for.
Yeah, good.
And I'm sure, especially the first game, players are excited to get back on the ice because you haven't played all summer.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, because we had like a real summer. Not.
Yeah, well.
They could have played on the ice all summer.
It was a monsoon. If it had frozen over, we'd have had plenty of ice.
Yeah, I know.
Goodness gracious. But anyways, those Colgate Raiders are actually opening up their regular season tomorrow night. While we're recording here, it's Thursday, September 28th. Friday night, September 29th. The regular season opens for the Colgate Raiders.
Nice.
And Dave, they're coming into this regular season ranked 4th in the country.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's really good, actually.
Yeah.
The Raiders are actually returning just about their whole team from last year.
Right.
And that team last year was a powerhouse.
So they're going to be solid.
Yeah. They went 32-6-2 last season.
Have they ever ranked higher than that initially to start a season?
I think they were ranked 4th to start last season as well.
All right.
They were all the way up to number 3.
So at least they've tied their best as far as opening gates.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they went into the NCAA tournament last year, as a matter of fact, ranked number 3. Unfortunately, they lost in the quarterfinals to Wisconsin, But the silver lining there is Wisconsin went on to win the national championship.
Yeah, so not a bad
So
loss.
if you're going to lose,
Lose
it
to-
might
to-
as well be
To who took it all home.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. And fun fact for you too: the Wisconsin women's team is actually coached by a member of the Miracle on Ice team.
Oh, wow.
Did you know that?
No, I did not.
See that? You
That's
just learned
awesome.
something new.
I know. Yeah.
There,
Yeah.
you've missed that so
I've
much.
missed- it's been all summer.
I know.
And it's been a long
I'm surprised
time.
there's not dust on that.
Yeah.
Maybe there was.
It was a long summer.
Yeah. I was going to say, here we go. He did hit the wrong button.
No, I didn't.
It didn't go.
I hit
as
that.
bad
I hit
as-
that one. That's what I wanted. The summer crickets. Come on. You didn't get it.
Well, we're not in summer anymore.
I know. Not in Kansas either.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
But anyways, the Colgate Raiders, and you know what? Speaking of Central New York hockey, CNYHockeyReport.com, there's an article up there about this season preview, all ready to go. Tomorrow, we're going to have a preview of their opening series, which is I'm about to introduce that.
Okay.
Told you they start tomorrow night. 4th ranked in the country, looked real good, but now the Raiders are. I'll tell you, this team did not waste any time getting to the competition because they're opening their season against the 2nd-ranked Ohio State Buckeyes.
Oh,
2 games at the Class of 1965 Arena in Hamilton. Friday night's game is at 6:00. We will be there covering it.
oh,
Yep,
nice.
we're going to have coverage there in the form of me.
Sweet.
I'll be there.
You'll
Yeah.
be there.
Oh, tweet or sweet? Is that what you said?
Yeah. No, I didn't say anything.
Thought I had.
You're hearing things.
Yeah,
I didn't say
I thought you still had Twitter on the mind. That's all.
No, I'm X.
Yeah. Okay. All right. And then they're playing Saturday afternoon as well at 3:00. But this is going to be one heck of a series to open up the season. Ohio State is obviously a very tough team. We mentioned Wisconsin. Wisconsin beat Ohio State in the final of the national championship last year to take the whole tournament
whole
home.
thing,
So yeah, this is definitely going to be one heck of a showdown. Ohio State, I actually got it written down here. They finished last season 33-6-2. So they basically played one more game than the Raiders.
Nice.
Right. And they did finish the season at number 2. So finished last season number 2, starting this season number 2.
Well, even for them coming in and playing number 4 ranked team is good for them as well.
Well, that's just it, you know. And I was reading an article that Coach Fargo was saying, the head coach of the Raiders, was saying he actually likes to open up the season against good competition.
Didn't he say that last year?
Yeah, he did.
He did.
He did.
Yeah.
You know, and it's true. I mean, I guess there's 2 different schools of thought on that. You know, some coaches are going to want to have like a couple easy games, to kind of ease the team in, you know, see what we got. But not a guy like Coach Fargo. He flat out said, he goes, no, I want to see what my team's got right off the hop.
Oh boy.
You know, and boy, I tell you, he certainly is going to see that because, I mean, that's, like I said, opening up against the number 2 team in the country is certainly, it's going to be a great series to watch.
Yeah, they're probably all fired up already.
Oh, they are. They got to be. There's no doubt about it. And I'll tell you, Dave, the Raiders are in really good shape here because they did not lose a lot to graduation.
How about Ohio State?
Ohio State lost a few key players.
Key players?
Yeah.
Okay. So they might be a little weaker coming out of the game.
They might be, but you know, you never can tell until you actually hit the ice. But in more concentrating with the Raiders, they're actually very fortunate that they have a lot of players coming back on their 5th year. So it used to be with the NCAA, you had 4 years of eligibility,
right?
And then that was it. Same thing, like, you know, with football, being a
right.
big Longhorns fan, you know how that goes, right? So with COVID,
4-0.
Hey, what is it? Hook 'em?
Yeah,
is that what it is?
Not like I'm counting it.
No,
you know, I can. Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you. You know what we got to do? We got to get you some like a Longhorn hat with these big, huge horns hanging off of it.
No. But I can have a Longhorn hat on in the next shot.
No, but it's got to have horns.
No horns.
Come on.
They're on the hood of my SUV.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't wear them on my head.
Yeah. Do you have a personalized license plate for it too? Is that...
I could.
Yeah. I don't even want to think about it.
Yeah.
And we're getting off on a tangent here. You're going to ruin my train of thought. But no, anyways, so with COVID, there was some teams that, you know, didn't even play a season.
Right.
COVID shortened season. So there's a window where certain players got an extra year of eligibility.
Right.
And the Raiders actually happened to fall into a lot of that. In the article I wrote for CNYHockey.com,
or
Hockey Report, .com. I actually talk about this. The Raiders are getting back Daniel Serdachny, who led the entire nation last year in scoring, 71 points. They got Kalti Kaltanova coming back. She is a power play specialist. She had 24 goals last year. You got Caitlin O'Donohue coming back. Sydney Bird, who was on our last show, our previous show.
Yep.
And she's from New Hartford, New York, by the way.
Yep.
Plug for Central New York. And Allison Simpson, two just standout defenders, outstanding defenders. They're coming back on a 5th year. So the Raiders have really got a good mix going here. They've got Alyssa Biederman coming back. She's a sophomore this year, but she had a tremendous rookie season for the Raiders. I believe she finished 4th on the team in scoring as a first year player. She had 17 goals, 21 assists for 38 points. You know, the list goes on and on. And when you look at it, the Raiders have also got their goaltending tandem coming back, which was one of the best in the country last year. So you got Hannah Murphy and Kaylee Osborne coming back. So the key losses really came on defense. Maggie McEachran, Rachel Gonnitz, and Tanner Gates have either graduated out or moved on to other teams. But the Raiders had a heck of a recruiting class too. So, I mean, that's going to be a very interesting dichotomy when you see the first year players mixing in with this veteran team that they got. It's going to be really something to see. And as a matter of fact, just to add a little spice to this weekend's games, one of those new players for the Raiders was a transfer.
Oh,
a transfer from Ohio State.
Oh, geez.
Yes.
That'll make for some fun.
Defender Sydney Morrow is coming in. So she's going to help fill one of those spots that were vacated. But Dave, overall, this team got a lot of firepower back.
Nice.
They got their goaltending back. And, you know, we'll go in more of this, you know, when we talk to Coach Fargo.
Right.
But, geez, I tell you, this team is built for a long run into the NCAA tournament this year.
Maybe we can get a little flag.
A flag?
Yeah.
You know, I was actually thinking, you know what we need in this studio? And again, I'm going to get sidetracked.
Again?
We need jerseys around
jerseys. Here. Yeah.
You know,
but what do I? Then I got to keep taking them down for other shows.
No, you don't.
Yeah, leave them up.
Sure. you could incorporate. What do you do? A flower show, right?
A flower show, Herkimer County Chamber.
Oh, they'd love that.
Oh yeah,
they'd love that.
Yeah.
Why not?
Did the cheese festival show here a couple days ago.
Oh, that's what you need.
No.
You need a brick of cheese jersey.
Oh no. Yeah.
And a cheesehead hat.
Yeah. That I'd wear.
Yeah. So, but anyways, like I said, this Raider team is definitely loaded for bear, and it's going to be a really fun season. Again, I want to wait till we talk to Coach Fargo before we get too far into the season ahead. But guess what? There's also an article on CNYHockeyReport.com, a look at the Colgate Raiders schedule.
Nice.
So, hey, listen, I told you, if you wanted hockey news,
you got it.
That's where you go to.
Okay.
That's where you go to, my friend.
All right.
So, picking up what I'm putting down?
No,
I didn't think so. I did not think so. Yeah. Yeah.
That's the most I've ever played in any show.
You know, that's quite.
It's quite the thing.
Yeah, exactly.
It's going to be a long winter, people.
Well, probably. But yeah, you know, and Dave, Colgate isn't the only ones that are opening up their season in Central New York tomorrow. Well, yeah, tomorrow, Friday.
Tomorrow,
yeah, right. Already.
Yeah.
Week flew by.
Yes, it did.
And you look so happy about it.
I know. I'm just where my head is.
No, the Syracuse Orange women's hockey team opens up as well. They're going to Connecticut to play the Post Eagles. They're tomorrow. Let's see, they're Friday and Saturday. The times are early afternoon. I think it's 1:15 and 2:15. So a little bit different. If you want to watch those games, you can actually go to Cuse.com. And there's a link there where you can actually watch the games. Nice. And yeah, it's pretty cool. You know, with Cuse, and it's whatever. Listen, if you're from Central New York, you call Syracuse Cuse.
Yeah,
it's just the way it is.
It is.
It's kind of like, well, you're from Texas. What do you call the Longhorns? Is there any specific?
The Horns.
The Horns. See,
yeah.
There you go. Syracuse Cuse, Longhorns, Horns.
Horns. Yeah. People can't remember anything.
Yeah. Well, you know. Oh boy, it's a good thing I got my trusty laptop here. because this thing just keeps me organized.
It's good.
It is. It's
Yep.
a real good thing.
It's a good thing.
No, Syracuse, they kind of had a tough season last year. They went 10-24-2 overall, but last season was, I kind of think of it as more of like a transition to a new coaching staff, because last year was the first year for new head coach Brittany Smith.
Mm-hmm.
You're implementing new systems, getting new players to a new style of play, that kind of stuff. So I think that this season should actually be a little bit better for the Orange. They did have some key departures. Let's see, Lauren Belfontaine and Ariel DeSmet, their superstar goalie, graduated. May Batherson and Anna Decision are also gone. They're two defenders. And Madison Primo and Sarah Marchand are gone. But they did have a heck of a recruiting class. So you got Tatum White coming back, who was fantastic in the face-off circle, and a heck of a leader. And if you recall, we interviewed her as well.
Yes.
And she was a lot of fun to talk to. I tell you, she really was. Sarah Thompson's coming back. Rayla Clemens, who was actually probably primed to have a pretty good year this year. She really started to come on towards the end of the season last year, and looks to continue that this year. So, looking at this roster, it's kind of a young roster, but I think that with time and with experience, by the end of the season, the Orange could be dangerous.
Nice.
I think so.
That'd be fun.
Yeah. I mean, that's
just get to 50-50.
Yeah. I mean, about 500, as we call it in hockey.
Yeah. Well, you could go either way.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, listen. Yeah, 6 of this, half dozen of the others. That you're trying to tell me.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah. But no, so they open up their season this weekend. And do you know where they play their home games?
No.
Well, because the reason I asked, I was trying to trip you up there a little bit.
I know you were, and that's
right,
that's why I paused.
Because when you think of the Syracuse Orange, you always think of the JMA Wireless Dome, or if you're like us, you always think of it as the Carrier Dome or the Dome.
Just the Dome.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, the hockey team does not play there.
That's why I knew you were trying to trip me up, because that was my obvious answer, and I knew not to go there. But where else I could go, I did not know.
That's right. Well, hey, no, they play at the Kennedy Ice Pavilion.
Okay.
Kennedy Ice Pavilion, yeah, it's on campus.
Okay.
It's near in the area of the Dome.
Okay. All right.
But no, I tell you though, Dave, looking at this schedule, they got a pretty tough schedule, especially in the early part. Post actually didn't do too well last year either. They finished 4-29-2. But once you get past Post, they got Merrimack, who's always a tough competition. They're playing Cornell this year, who is a top 15 team. Boston University is very tough. And of course, you got the Penn State Nittany Lions, who are in their conference, the College Hockey America Conference. They won the conference last year. They're ranked 10th.
Jeez.
Kind of a tough early going, but it's like I told you, though. I mean, they're looking ahead. You got Clarkson in there too, the Clarkson Golden Knights. They're always tough. I think they're ranked 8th this year. They're playing Colgate. So, that's it. But hey, you know what? It's like Coach Fargo said when we were talking about Colgate. This is how you find out where your team's at,
right?
When you're playing the good competition. And you know what? There's a even in beer league hockey, we always talked about it. Seriously. And I know that's kind of a weird segue. I can't
understand anything being serious in beer league, but go ahead.
Well, it's sort of. But no, you always say that, you get better by playing better competition.
Yeah.
It forces you to raise your game.
Sure.
So, and I think that, I think that the Orange do have the pieces to actually have a decent season this year.
Yeah, but in beer league, the only thing you have to raise is your gut so you can see the puck. So, I mean,
no, not when you fall. You're ice level with it. I know. I know. I know all about
the puck.
Look at that thing. Exactly.
I've never seen that before.
Yes. So,
just swinging my stick wildly.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had this movie. It was called The Snow Angel. Yeah.
A little glove shot.
Yeah.
Off the right glove.
Yeah. Hey, listen, whatever you got to do.
Whatever you got to do.
Well, I'll tell you what we got to do. We've got to take a little bit of a commercial break here because I want to get some water. I've been doing an awful lot of talking. First show of the season, trying to get my stamina built back up here. So,
all right,
let's take a commercial break. I'm going to get a swig of water and we'll be right back.
All right.
Visit My Little Falls and stay connected with the latest news, information, and events in the city and the area. Our mission is to generate interest in the community and connect residents in a more meaningful way by facilitating deeper conversations about how these stories will shape the future of the Mohawk Valley. Join thousands of weekly visitors who stay up to date with feature stories, interviews, videos, our event calendar, and print publication, The Mohawk Valley Express. It's about timely local news for the community, keeping citizens informed about important issues, telling about the people who live and work here, and giving locally owned businesses the opportunity to reach a very targeted audience of locals and tourists alike. It's a whole new form of media-rich content developed specifically for today's mobile lifestyle and listeners. You can download our iOS app in the iTunes Store, listen to our podcast, or sign up for our weekly email newsletter. Stop by today. You'll be glad you did.
News show, same awesome commercial. Never take that commercial out.
It's a hair different, believe it or not.
It is.
It was remixed. I took something out of it. Yeah, but you wouldn't notice.
You're right. I wouldn't. So when did you?
I'm not going to tell you. Because then people would be looking at it going, what?
Yeah. So,
yeah.
Great. Now we got an Easter egg hunt in the middle of the show as well.
Yep.
Awesome.
Yep.
Dave, we're just going to close out with a few odds and ends here. Colgate and Syracuse are not the only ones who are starting their season. The Utica Junior Comets, the NCDC, and the Premier team. So the two top levels of the Utica Junior Comets organization. There's a lot of different teams in that, by the way. And someday we're going to have somebody on the show to explain the different levels because it can get a little bit confusing. Believe me, I get confused by it.
Yeah.
So, but it'd be really cool to have somebody on to talk about it. But anyways, I do know that the NCDC and the Premier are the top two levels. So they're out on the road this weekend. They're in the New England Sports Center. No, it's not the show.
Where is it?
It's in Marlborough, Massachusetts, right outside of Boston.
Okay, all right.
Imagine that. The New England Sports Center is right outside of Boston.
Yeah.
Well. Go figure. So the NCDC team is playing 3 games this weekend. They're starting Saturday, and they're playing through October 2nd, which is Monday.
Yeah.
Saturday, they're playing the Connecticut Junior Rangers. On Sunday, they're playing the Rockets Hockey Club. And on Monday, they're playing the Mercer Chiefs. So then the Premier team is basically, I know they all travel together.
It's not going to be the Mercer Commanders. I'm sorry, I had to go there.
Well,
my sharp sports acumen.
Yes,
just kind of struck.
Yes, well,
yeah,
I can see that.
Yeah.
And actually, the NCDC team, they don't come home until October 20th.
Wow, that's a long road trip.
They play on the road a lot. Yeah. They really do. You can actually go to ncdchockey.com and you can get their schedule. These kids are constantly playing. It's amazing how many games they play. It really is. But the cool thing is that when they're home, they're playing in the Adirondack Bank Center.
That's awesome.
So Junior Comets playing where the
big boys play.
Senior Comets, right? Whatever we want to call it, right?
Yeah.
The Utica Comets. Yeah.
Old guys.
Yeah. Well, something like that. Not quite as old as us.
Yeah. There's that.
It's that. Anyways, the Premier team is out there as well. So Saturday, they too are taking on the Premier version of the Connecticut Junior Rangers. On Sunday, the Premier team is playing twice. They're playing once in the morning and then they're playing once in the evening. So first they're playing the Springfield Picks. PICS.
Okay.
I haven't quite figured out what that one's about yet. And then that evening they're playing the Jersey Hitmen. I just think that's cool.
Oh, that's a good name.
Yeah, it is. It really is. And then on Monday they're playing the Springfield Picks again.
Nice.
So
a lot of picks got to be taken.
Yeah. See, I thought you were going to refer to the New York TV station, Pix 11.
No.
You ever hear of it?
No.
It was big when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Had the honeymooners on it all the time.
Just cool.
Yeah. Just love it.
Good
love show. That show. So anyways, I was hoping that Jordan was going to be in here by now, but he's not. Apparently his technical difficulties were too great to overcome. So
you know what they were? He tied his shoestrings together and he can't walk.
Well, he probably tied his shoestrings into the charger or something. Yeah.
Something.
And that's, I better call him and check on him, make sure he's okay.
Really.
But anyways, he was at the Utica Pioneer Skills Competition last night. I really wish I could have been there. I was tied up with my full-time job, though, because I have this thing. I like to eat and have a roof over my head. So
Why?
I do have, I know, but I
live
have
in-
to do the
You
full
can live
time
in your
job.
truck. Come on.
I don't think the wife and kids would go for that. Get a little cramped, but
Put them in the back.
no, I'll go in the back. They can all stay up front.
Yeah.
But no, that was a really cool event. Actually, the Utica women's hockey Instagram was live streaming it, so you kind of got to watch along. Coach Heenan was the MC.
Oh, nice.
He had the microphone. He was going around the ice, and they had a
geez.
couple of the junior comets, like the younger kids, on there. It was a really cool competition. They had all the different, like fastest skater. They had accuracy shooting. They had hardest shot. The parts that I was able to watch, one of the from the men, because it was the men's and the women's,
Right.
by the way. One of the men's team, they had an 87-mile-an-hour shot. Yeah, stepped right up and
Kind of like what I did to you.
Not quite with as much pizzazz.
Well, I had a lot of pizzazz.
But yeah, Jordan was there. He was live tweeting.
Oh, nice.
And we were reposting, retweeting, whatever you want to call it.
Live Xing.
Yes. Yes. on our X account. Does that make you feel better?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So if
X marks the spot.
There you go.
Yeah.
So if you want to actually see how that event went, you can go check out our CNY hockey report on X or on Jordan's Jordy Fighter 14.
Yeah.
See who won, see who was participating. Pretty cool event.
Yeah.
Like I said, I wish I could have been there, but it would be really interesting to see if other programs follow suit with that. That was neat.
Yeah.
And a good way to get the fans starting to get involved, because the Pioneer seasons don't start until mid to end, exhibitions are mid-October, but the seasons themselves don't start until the end of October. But, bringing the fans back in, you could pick up your season tickets, stuff like that. So,
nice.
Yeah. It's cool.
At the same time as basketball starts.
Who cares?
ABA. I just
basketball. This is a hockey show.
I know.
What's the matter with you?
Just came to mind. You said end of October, and I had it in my mind. The Herkimer Originals started.
Well, they're cool, but we're talking about hockey here.
Yeah, I know. All right.
We'll have to figure out how to do a hockey basketball show someday. Or, what we could do? Stage a game where you got to play hockey with a basketball.
The opposites. What's
that?
So the hockey players have to play basketball against the basketball players. Basketball players have to play hockey against the hockey players. It'd be great. Mix the teams. Put the basketball players on skates.
I think there's way too much potential for injury. To be perfectly
This
honest
is
with
true.
you.
This is
I
true.
think there's way too much.
It sounded good in my head.
Yeah, well, let's just keep it there.
Really. Too late. It's out in the open.
Yeah, no, I definitely like the idea of doing
Scott Flansburgh's got to be looking.
Yeah.
What the hell did he suggest?
Yep, you're fired.
Yeah, you're fired. Good Lord.
But yeah, like I said, I was hoping Jordan was going to be here because he had a, in-person perspective of the whole thing. But like I said, maybe next week.
Next week
We'll get it all from him.
Cool.
So, well, I think that's pretty much all we got.
Okay.
Like I said, please make sure you're checking out centralnewyorkhockeyreport.com. Follow us on all the socials that we had talked about earlier. And by all means, please, if you like what you're hearing and seeing, subscribe and follow our show, because it's really going to help us out. All right. So anyways, for Dave the Save Warner, I'm Scott Kinville. Thanks for listening or watching, whichever you're doing. And we will see you next week on the Central New York Hockey Report.